Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for visiting my channel. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate the time you're taking to watch this, and I hope that I can give you something in return. So what are we doing today? In this video, we are cleaning an engine bay. We've got a client who has a Jeep. She does a little off-roading, not a lot, so it's a little dirty. Probably not as much as most of the Jeep off-roading Jeeps that you see out there. So what we're gonna do is give it a nice clean. I'm gonna go through my products. I'm gonna go through my tools and equipment that I use. I'm gonna go through my process and of course, end it with the results. So let's talk about why you would want to clean an engine bay. There's a few different reasons why, and I'm gonna go through a couple of them. So one of the main reasons that I see out here in this area is for pest control. We get a lot of critters, and especially around this time when it gets a little cold, we have these critters thinking they can make your engine bay their home. So they will do that because it's warm. Nobody ever goes in there, nobody messes with them, so they'll be able to come in and out as they please, and their home will be untouched. So that's one reason. The second reason is maybe you're getting work done to your engine, or maybe you do work on your own engine, such as changing spark plugs or the oil or anything else that you do as a regular maintenance to your engine. It's nice to keep the engine bay clean, especially if you're doing work in it. So it makes it much easier, especially when you're working around your engine, to keep it clean so that whenever you're doing it, you don't have to worry about getting all messy and dirty and all that on top of what you're already working on. So another reason is that goes kind of hand in hand with that one is it's a really great way to alert yourself when something goes wrong in your engine. So if there's a leak, or if there's a broken hose, or if there's some electrical wire that's just not doing something, or your fuse, I don't know what's going on in there, for whatever reason, if you keep your engine bay clean, it allows you to spot those things very quickly, as opposed to if you've never been in your engine bay and you've never got it done, you've never got it cleaned. It makes it a little harder to tell how long something has been leaking, or where it's leaking, or where it's coming from, if your engine bay is a dirty mess all the time. So if you keep it clean frequently, then it allows you to kind of spot those things pretty quickly, and it also allows you to tell how long something has been leaking. If you know the last time you got your engine bay done was maybe 3 months ago, then you know that that leak is fairly new, and that also helps with if you're going to fix the problem yourself, or if you're going to communicate that back to your mechanic, you can let him or her know that this leak started at least 3 months ago, because you know you got your engine bay cleaned and there were no issues at that point. So that gives you at least an idea of what could be going wrong. So whether you're doing it yourself and you want to know kind of what the process looks like, or what tools or products you may need, or what the results may look like, and maybe you're someone who is getting this done by a professional and you want to have an idea of what that process looks like, what the results looks like, then this video is for you as well. So of course, as always, I will go through the products that I use. I will go through the tools and equipment that I use. I will go through the process and technique that I use to get this detail done, and then I will show you the results. And I hope, again, that this video is super informative for you and it helps you out in any way. And remember, always leave a comment, like the video, share it with a friend. I really appreciate all the time and support that you all do for my videos. It is greatly appreciated. So I hope this one is great for you. Stay tuned for the video, and let's clean an engine bay. Alright, so the first thing we're going to cover is products and tools. So the first thing we're going to use is I use a shower cap to cover any important parts of the vehicle that we don't want to get totally saturated with water. So this I'll use for the battery cover. There is no battery cover on it, so I'll use this to cover the wires and the terminals. Then we're going to use All Clean, and we're going to use it 15:1 in our IK foamer. And we'll spray that first and let it sit there and dwell. I find that any APC, but especially All Clean, works really well if it's foamed on as opposed to just sprayed on. Then once we apply the All Clean, we've got a nice layer of that on the surface. We'll then add some Incredible Suds in our foam cannon. And that again will just add some more lubrication for when we come in with the contact wash, but also to add another layer to all clean so that it can continue to work a little longer without drying out. So we'll add another layer of that. We'll do the whole process of cleaning the engine, and then once we're done, we'll rinse it, dry it, and then we will top it off with MOTORPLAST, which is my favorite topper for engine bay covers. It does really great for the plastics, the rubbers, the wires, anything that you have in there. It gives a really great coverage to it. It protects it really nicely, and it gives it a nice little shine, so it looks protected, and it definitely is protected. So we'll apply it with this brush here. This is the Screwball, I believe is what it's called. But this is my favorite brush to apply the MOTORPLAST to. I use it for motorcycles as well, but it's really soft, so it's not going to do any damage to any of the surfaces in the engine bay, even though there really aren't any delicate surfaces, but it's a really nice brush to get into the cracks and crevices and make sure that the MOTORPLAST gets in there. So we'll be doing the final step with this here. So some of the tools you'll see me use in the video will be this long handle brush. This I'll usually use for the cover and some of the bigger areas. The next one you'll see me use it's a soft bristle brush. I'm not really sure the exact name of it. It's great for the areas where there's painted surfaces, so like the around the engine bay, the body of the paint, just to make sure we don't scratch it or anything. I'll use this as well. This will be used for kind of the smaller areas to kind of get in there to make sure we can clean those areas, especially around the center area, around the battery, fuse box. So kind of the bigger areas, but still too big for a smaller brush and too small for the bigger brush. So this will kind of get in between. Then you will see me use Easy Detail. This brush is great for in between the wires, the hoses, in between any of the cracks and crevices that I can't get to with the bigger brushes. So this will get to those areas really nicely and clean. I really love this around the rubber hoses and everything because it gets around the hoses that the other tools won't get to. So that's really great to use for that. And finally, for the smaller areas, I'll be using just a regular brush, and that'll get into kind of around the smaller areas, like around here, this area, and to the smaller, delicate, smaller details. This will be able to get into kind of like in that area where the rubber hose is touching the body of the car. It'll get to all those areas down here where it meets the paint, so it'll get into those areas really nicely. All right, let's get this started.